Welcome back. So, as promised, these are the other items I got from a recent PWCC auction. These are really some items I've been targeting for quite some time and kind of trying to keep an eye out for whenever they would pop up on eBay, which is quite rare, especially at something even resembling some sort of budget regarding price. So, it's a largely Canadian lot of cards that we have here, and there's really two main cards here that I'm very, very excited to add to the collection. But first, we're actually going to switch things up. I'm going to try and give you a couple of these landscape cards first. This is first 1943 MP & Co. Hank Greenberg hand cut. This is in a 4. I do have a higher grade of this, but it is for the other back variation. So this is a very solid grade, especially for a hand cut card of Greenberg. And again, the nice thing I like with this card isn't the front photo. That is definitely leaves something to be desired with any player. This is just my impression of the entire set. However, the back is what I find interesting, and I'll leave it here just for a moment so that you can read it or pause it, however you want to do it. The back, the write-up, is really what gets me and what really makes this one of the more interesting Greenberg cards. So that was the first purchase. Second, we have the gentleman that was really only played 1 or 2 years in the majors and was so highly thought of that the New York Giants traded Rogers Hornsby away to make room for him in the lineup. Andy Cohen just had all the talent in the world, but injuries got in the way, and a few of his cards are easier to find than others. He only has one mainstream card, being the 1933 Gowdy, which I have, and some of the other cards, such as this Warsh Cigars, are incredibly difficult to find. This is, I think, is the only one I've seen come up on eBay. There might have been one other one, but this is the only one I can recall. So I saw it, I started bidding on it. There's other Andy Cohen items, which unfortunately just went crazy, and I wasn't able to get them, especially with how PWCC auctions are structured, and that there's an auction ending every 6 seconds or whatever it is. So, but I did manage to get this one. It's an SGC3. Just really, really nice card, and really hard to come by. So that was the second purchase. Next up, a little Canadian goodness here. Maple Crispet, Sambone, 1923, and a PSA 2. There is another one on eBay that I was looking at, and I talked to the seller a few times, but we just couldn't come together on price. It was a buy now or best offer. This one was up for auction and paid quite a bit less to try and get this card than I was considering purchasing the other copy for. So I was very happy about filling that hole at a discount, if you will. Alright, now we're getting to the top 3. Many of you may be aware of the 1936 Worldwide Gum set. Incredibly tough set out of Canada in the 30s. This is Al Schacht, later known after this particular photo as the Clown Prince of Baseball, the original Clown Prince of Baseball. Before that, he was a baseball player, and at this point, he was a coach and instructor with the Boston Red Sox. And it's funny because he's kind of Mo Berg's sidekick during his time in Boston. They had known one another quite extensively throughout their playing days, including a rather significant stint in Reading, Pennsylvania in the minor leagues, later, and then obviously later with the Red Sox, and they kind of took slightly divergent paths kind of after this moment during World War II. So that was the first one, but this is not the main card I was going after from the 36 Worldwide Gum set, because for a long time I was missing the Hank Greenberg. Tough card to get, usually outrageously priced. I think there was a 1.5 that went for like $1,000 not long ago on eBay. But this time I was able to find a 1.5 for a lot less than that. So finally filled this gap in the Greenberg collection. And you may recognize this particular photo as one that I have the original of. So 1936 Worldwide Gum, Hank Greenberg. There is a crease on the card, which you do see on the front, but it does not impact his actual face. So that, to me, for such a difficult and usually expensive card, I'm okay with that. Still one piece, still presents incredibly well. And then if you notice on the back, obviously it has English and French, but really, really a tough card to try and find at any sort of reasonable price. And this one I probably paid a third of what it should have gone for. And here's the last one. Another Canadian issue, another Greenberg, another hole finally filled in the Greenberg set. This is 1937 O-Pee-Chee, a PSA 4. Really happy to add this. These are pop-up cards just like the 34-35 batter up. But obviously this has not been used. And again, you have English and French on the back. I had been in the running. One of these popped up, I guess, about a month ago on eBay. I had gone back and forth with the seller. And basically what it came down to is we'd gone back and forth on price, and these don't come up often, so there's a bunch of people interested in it. And I personally had waited too long to accept a counteroffer. So by the time I came to it, someone else had already bought it. So I was a little disappointed, but turns out it was a pretty good thing because this is one grade higher and only a little bit more price-wise. And that was a good deal back then. This one, I'm going to estimate I probably got about half of what it should have gone for. And that's current by ballpark pricing. Some of the Greenbergs lately have been going for absolutely insane amounts of money. So really happy to add, finally, both Canadian issues to the Greenberg collection. So, and with these two, I'll finally be able to do a reasonable review of the Greenberg collection. So that's what I got for you this time around. Some big cards, at least for me, and really happy to fill two huge holes in the collection and add some other great cards to the Jewish pre-war collection as well. So that's what I have for you this time around. And until next time, Please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.